You guys remember the time that Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl, do you? I do. Welcome to my brush review series, episode 12. How you guys doing? I'm doing great. Wife and daughter got me this shirt a year ago, so I love it. I can't help but think of like the greatest football movie ever made. There's been a lot. It may not be the best, but come on, man. It doesn't get much better than The Waterboy. Let's get into this. So the Starcraft was the third brush from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I've already reviewed the first and the second, the Atomic Rocket and the Green Ray. All of PAA's synthetic fibers are extremely soft. The Starcraft is no exception. When it came out in 2018, it was the first to have what they at the time called Roswell gray. We also saw the same color of fiber in the Peregrino, which I'll eventually get around to reviewing. You can see the first 9 PAA brushes in my PAA introduction, shade brush introduction video. They now have 11 brushes, so they've come out with the Astraeus and the Cyclotrode X since I did that video. And that was just more of an introduction. I didn't really do any reviews, but if you haven't checked it out, it's up there. Let's do this the same way that I've been doing this series. Let's first look at the tips. Extremely soft tips. Just like all PAA brushes. Did I already say that? I did. I'm giving it a 9. The face feel, so when you splay it open, the tips are 9, so just the very tips. The inside, when you actually get it on your face, if you scrub like I do, which you're not supposed to do if you talk to the brush manufacturers, but I do. And so when you do, though, I'm giving it a 9 as well. It's an extremely soft brush. Backbone and ease of splay. Talking with a friend, a viewer of the channel, this a week or two ago since my last video. So when we look at backbone and ease of splay, when I'm talking about with backbone is like the actual strength, the individual strength of each fiber, like the structure of it. Let's see if I can do a good job of replicating it here for you. So what I mean is, like, can you guys see how like they're kind of bending, right? Like it's not splaying right, and so I'm trying to show you how the fibers kind of like crumple, they compress in. So like that's the actual strength of the fiber. How strong is that fiber before it gives and collapses like that? Like that. That's not actually splaying, that's collapsing in my hand. So backbone, that's what I'm looking at, is the actual strength of the structure. Like how much pressure could it withhold, right? And so with 5 being average, I'm giving the Roswell gray fibers in this, I forgot to say to you guys, I apologize, 24mm diameter and 53mm loft. The overall brush is 5 inches and it's built really well. I dropped it on one of my outdoor shave reviews. I got a bunch of outdoor shaves coming for you guys in the month of July. Put a photo right up there. This actually fell down this little rock embankment. I thought it was going to end up in a river. It actually stopped just before it got to the river, and the only thing that happened to it was that little chip. And I didn't even notice the chip until I don't know when. Anywho, backbone is a 6. So ease of splay. Now that's actually, how easy is it to splay? Not the bending of the fibers, not the individual structure of the fibers, but just getting it to splay open. And for that, I'm putting it right in the middle of the road at a 5. So 6 backbone, 5 ease of splay. Then we have flow through. That's actually how easy it's releasing the water, releasing the soap, so that you can actually get it on your face. Flow through, 7. So 10 would be everything just goes right through it. 1 would be, like the ultimate lather hog to where it just holds onto it like a sponge. I'm giving it a 7. And then, like I said before, I believe we can have the best of both worlds with the retention. One of the places where I give high-end badgers in general, the upper hand over most synthetics is that they're not messy. You can, get pretty crazy with some of these high-end badger brushes and they won't make a mess all over the bathroom. But some synthetics, on the other hand, can be quite messy. So for retention, I'm putting this right at the middle of the road for synthetic. So 7, flow through, it doesn't hold on to stuff. And then 5, at the same time though, I feel like it does an average job of holding on to it. And with all this, I believe we can have the best of both worlds, the backbone and ease display, and the flow through and the retention. I'm happy to discuss any of this too with you guys. If you are wondering, how I'm doing this, I also talked about it in more detail and at length in episode 1 and a little bit in episode 2. Episode 1 was the Frank's G8 from Hendrix Classics & Co. So, value. At $19.95, is it? Or $19.99? I think it's $19.95. I absolutely love this brush. I love the feel of it. It is a homage to the Mohawk 534. And it feels great in the hand. It's not a little brush, 5 inches long. It's big. I got like average size hands for, a 6 foot tall ginger boy. And, you got this ivory, and they call it a space blue with the gray fibers, the white tips. I just think it's a good looking brush to begin with. I love the way it performs. And so just like the other 2 brushes, and to be totally honest, spoiler alert, all the PAA brushes at $19.95, you guys, you cannot go wrong with any of the PAA brushes. It's a 10, easily, all day long, a 10 in my book. $19.95, you're getting a whole lot of brush, good looking brush. And like seriously, these Roswell fibers, they're now 6 years old. They stand up with, the Pegasus and some of these others that are coming out on the market today for 2 times the cost, 3 times the cost, 4 times the cost. I love them. Are they the best ever? I'll leave that up to you to decide. I don't know if they're the best ever. They're absolutely among the best ever. I love the Roswell gray fibers. I really do. We'll talk about that more as we get moving through the other brushes from PAA. Where are we at? 7 minutes. Yeah, I want to keep these between 5 and 7 minutes, not over 8. Doing pretty damn good. Thank you for joining me here in the den. Got the 2,000 subscriber giveaway coming. Lots of stuff to do in that. And I need to do my volume 3. You guys take care. It's a Little Big Things. Have a great week. And happy Independence Day.